everybody. Welcome to the latest edition of the Social Media Power Chat. I'm your host, Mia Voss of the Mia Connect and TMC on Air. And today we have a last-minute guest because she is always ready to throw down. Lianne Bremer of Your Daily Woo. Welcome to the show, darling.
Thanks, Mia. Thanks for asking me to participate. You know, Fridays are always fun.
Listen, I need to put my crown on, first of all. There's that.
Oh, I better do something.
And then this is for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so as you all, yeah, woo! I need a woo button. I need to make one of those up.
Yeah.
So as you guys all know, what we're doing this show live. Hopefully it's showing up for you. We would love to see your comments on the Google Hangout event. I'm going to see if I can pull that up. And then I also would love for you to do any kind of tweet chats, and you can use TMC on air, put that hashtag in front of it. And we'd love to read some of your comments as long as you're not being a total jackass. And even then we might read it and make fun of you. Right, Lianne?
Right. Well, and you know, according to my daughter yesterday, doing this for hashtag is like the new giving someone, it's the new this. So instead of going, you're my friend, you go, you're my friend. So there you go. There's my social media tip du jour.
I love it. And then you can do hashtag I really mean it.
Right, right. Hashtag who really cares. Yeah.
And that, by the way, is that from Julia, or is that from
Julia?
Is that from, a shout out for cousin Julia for that one. All right, guys, so basically the format of the show, as you know from last week, is we're going to just dish on whatever's going on in social media, and that can be across the board, too. We can talk about apps. We can talk about stupid stories that showed up on social media. And, Lianne, it sounds like you have something for us already to dish on about what happened this week.
Well, it's dishy in a good way, and that is, you know, we sometimes forget that social network is serving people across the world in that people are being, for lack of a better word, blessed by what other people are putting on the internet. And I happen to have two Facebook pages. One is a more metaphysical, happy thoughts, you know, you're wonderful kind of page, which is great. And I would expect people to respond to that with, oh, I love that you posted that, and I really needed to hear that today. Okay, I'm thrilled with that. But what I wasn't expecting is that I would start a snarky General Hospital page about a stupid soap opera. And I would have women private messaging me and saying, you know what, I'm stuck at home, I'm having a hard time, and just following this page today has brightened my life. And I'm like, dude, it's General Hospital. But you know what?
That's why it works.
It made them laugh, it made them think. We're developing a little community in this page. You know, when I started this page, what has it been, 6 or 8 weeks ago?
Yeah, you had come on the show the last time.
Right, and now there are about 150 people, and we have a group of about 20 that comment all day long, and we're getting to know each other, and it's really fun. And I found out that one of the, you know, General Hospital is played on Hulu, and someone from the group, from the page, actually posted on the Hulu link, you've got to go follow General Hospital Snark on Facebook. And I'm like, whoa, that's cool.
Oh, seriously? That is fantastic. That is the kind of grassroots thing that I love, that things get started, and you think it's just something that's funny because we love to repeat stuff and say things over and over again. Or right. I mean, I think about, and I'm going to make sure, I'm hoping if anybody's on, can you shout us out and let us know if this is live? Now, we've always added the caveat that Mercury's still in retrograde.
It is.
And that little bugger goes out tomorrow. He goes direct. So I take no responsibility for any kind of weird computer thing that's going on today, because he's still jacking people's things up for sure.
Yeah. Well,
now, speaking of, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so we'll just move through this in our retrograde-ish way and carry on.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, and we did the last week. Kelly and I were on. Kelly Paul, let's give her a quick shout out real quick.
Yay!
I don't know if you saw her. She can snark it up with the best of them for sure. And I'm trying to remember if she was on our Oscars event or not, but that was kind of one of the same things. That's when I realized that it was an open group, and so I had people hitting me up and saying, oh my God, you're so snarky. And that was hilarious, but, you know, super snark. I'm like, that's how we roll for sure.
Well, you know, you got to do what you got to do, and apparently some people find snark entertaining. So I provide. I'm happy that way.
I thrive on snark. It can be gentle, but it's definitely snarky. What else did you see online this week?
You know, there's been a lot of Facebook rumors going around. Have you seen those?
Which ones?
I think I saw 30 people post that Facebook's going to start charging. There's that one. And then the other one is if you post this disclaimer, somehow the FBI won't spy on you or something.
Are you serious? They're still posting that out there?
Yeah,
hey, let's give everybody the little clue on that one. Oh, look how my crown went real tiny just now.
It
exactly.
Ain't real, guys.
Yeah, yo, folks. And what is it that you go to go make sure? Snopes.com, folks.
I mean, guys, we live in a world of information that we're flooded with, and you know, every time I see something, I Snope it because I don't. First of all, I don't want to share something that isn't true because you look silly, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
And secondly, hello, check your sources. I mean, in this day and age, it's really easy to do that. We are flooded with information, and we should all take personal responsibility to make sure what we're promoting is true. And I've fallen into the trap as well as everybody else, you know, and I'm always doing
We've all done it.
You know,
well, and I think for people like you, we both have you know, followings for our Facebook pages. We really do have to get that, because I know I've seen some folks that have put something on and then I went, oh God. Then I let them know immediately, like, oh, that's not good.
Well,
and you posted.
And I am not an expert with astrology or something like that. And I have a few people on my Your Daily Woo page who will correct me when I share something that isn't quite right. And I'm like, I don't know anything. I just shared it. Just ignore it if you don't like it, because, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Calm down, people.
Yeah.
I didn't say I was the expert. Well, you know, one thing I did see kind of on a serious note this week is that, and I saw Mashable say it, is that some people were posting this protest on the San Francisco Bridge for Trayvon Martin, and people kept saying, guys, whatever picture you posted, so talk about social media going a little bit wrong. I don't know if you saw that there's some postings going out. So it's like, same thing. Check your sources.
You know, it's really interesting. My daughter and I went to a metaphysical meeting last weekend. We heard Lee Carroll, who channels Cryon, and it was a fascinating event. But he made a very
Stop. You guys went to that? Oh, I'm so jelly.
I know, it was awesome. But he makes the point that social media, particularly Facebook and Twitter, have made it so that there can be no secrets. And what we're seeing is this unveiling of truth about our governments, about other governments, about organizations, and what we're seeing.
Yeah, transparency.
And it's scary for people because all of a sudden we're bombarded with things that, you know, we could have turned off in the past. And, oh, that reminds me of an app I wanted to share. I found it.
Okay, we'll throw that up there too.
It's called Silencer. And so you can, it's an add-on to your browser, and so if you don't want a spoiler, like, for example, the classic case would have been at the end of Game of Thrones last year, you could have typed in Game of Thrones in Silencer, and then anything that had to do with Game of Thrones would have been blocked from your feed.
Downton Abbey and The Walking Dead, hello. Yeah. That way, because I make sure I'm watching it, but if you can't, and Game of Thrones too, people were losing their mind over that.
I know, and it was like, and Downton Abbey had all these spoilers that came out, and I haven't even seen it, and I already know who died, and you know, so anyway.
Right. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Anyway, so the point I was making about what Lee Carroll said is, we are in an age of truth. We are in an age of, like you said, transparency. We cannot hide what is true anymore. So we're going to see things that aren't in integrity start to fall away. And I think one of the next big crises we're going to see is going to be in big pharma. But that's just between you and me, and you can access this in a couple of years or weeks, whenever this happens, and see if I'm right.
I'm with you on that one, sister. I think that is definitely, as well it should be, and that also goes, and we'll get lighter in a second, folks, not to worry. But that also goes with definitely with GMO. You know, the genetically modified, the high fructose corn syrup, and certainly treatment of animals in a lot of these commercial farming. And definitely don't let me get started on that, because I get bat crap crazy. about that one. So I agree with you on that one. That is a really good point. So now I'm going to go to the other thing I was telling you about that I saw this week. Mashable, which is one of my favorite sources.
Yes.
I would say, yeah, Mashable, Fast Company, Huffington Post sometimes, but they get a little nutty. But Mashable had the complete guide to Twitter lingo. So let's test our knowledge on this one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because I have to say, as an old hen who's joined social media, I was definitely not feeling like the cool kid when I saw some of these. There's a little caret. The caret or the hat sign is used to denote, and I'll put this up on here. If you're posting for a company and then you put your initials next to it, didn't know that one. How about this one, Woo? AFAIK.
AFAIK.
Yeah, anyone out there know it? As far as I know.
Oh, okay, that's good. As far as I know, it's kind of like in my humble opinion, which, see, my brain doesn't work that way to take the initials, and so, it's like, the old stories of grandmas who post LOL after a sad post because they think it means lots of love instead of so, yeah, I heard your cat died, LOL. Nope, not right.
I heard Bob had his arm amputated, LOL.
LOL.
Wow, that one definitely goes with it. Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh, this is this one. Although I would love to have this one when I walk into a room.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's funny. I saw one recently. I follow this this little puppy mill dog named Little Olive, and whenever she types, she writes BOL.
BOL?
Bark out loud.
Oh.
I love that one. Of course, Follow Friday. I don't think people are using that as much, but they do hashtag FF. Oh, yeah. That one, yeah, is a little bit. How about ICYMI? Have you heard of that one?
Oh, yeah. What is it? I can't remember.
See, you're like, you have to see it in front of you.
I know, my brain is like, ah.
That one is In Case You Missed It. I think some of these are for super dorks, let's face it. This one, OH is kind of funny, and I'll read it to you. OH, quote, I'm not kidding, they use IE6 in their office, unquote.
Yeah.
Oh, so which I think is funny too. So it's overheard. That's perfect for me because I'm always snooping in on people's stuff.
See, I would say OH is oh hell, but that's
right. So I have a favorite one, and this is a shout out to my friend Michael Miller who introduced this to me a couple years ago. And it's so when somebody says, "Oh, do you want to go to this?" I'm like, "Ooh, I'm so DTF." I'm not going to say what it means. You know it. I don't know why. We just say to people.
Only it's DFT, not DTF.
No, it's DTF. It's down to.
Oh, la 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 la.
That told you it was saucy, and I just love to bust it out. Thank you. I love to bust that out when it really has nothing to do, obviously, with anything like that. But it means, oh, okay, sure, I'll go. The younger kids usually get that one, and then they always crack up that the hen knows that one. Let's see what else I've got. Oh, TQRT. Thanks for the retweet. That was kind of dorky too.
Sad. That's just sad.
That's just type it out for sure. All right, so what else do you have that you going on this week that you liked? I know I've been following, obviously waiting for the royal baby to show up. Now, this is obviously, when I talk about this, it's stories that I see on air because that's really how I get my news. It's sad. I do get it online. I don't watch TV except for local traffic. So shout out to Channel 2 News, but other than that, I got nothing.
Well, I want to share one of my favorite blogs, and I discovered this several years ago, and it's a great nerd blog and, smarty pants blog. It's called Brain Pickings. Ooh. And they curate information about philosophers and writers, and they always have just really interesting articles. So if you're needing a cool read in the morning when you're waking up and you're checking your Facebook, Brain Pickings, and also Lifehacker. I think they might even be connected. They might even be sisters. But those two websites, it's like they're awesome. Lifehacker is the one that's 375 uses for a paper clip you never realized.
I like Lifehacker. I didn't know about Brain Pickings. And hey, as we're watching this, I am posting this on the Google event page so you can see all the cool stuff that we're saying and cracking ourselves up for that too. I'm also going to put the Mashable link on that too. Love that. There's so much out there, so it kind of is nice to have something that you can go to that's a little bit of a, conglomerate of all the cool stuff.
Right. And I'm trying to think of any cool videos I saw. Yeah, we watched we're classical music snobs in our family, and so we're
Yeah.
always following the buzz about what's happening in the classical music world. And I guess the first cellist for the New York Philharmonic, who travels a lot and has to buy a seat for his cello, was kicked out of the Delta Sky Miles account because he was caught using the Sky Miles from his cello, even though he paid full price for the ticket. Delta would not, so they took all his cello miles away, and they took all his miles away, and we're talking hundreds of thousands of miles.
You
And
have to post that story. I need
well,
to see this.
it
This
was
is
picked
hilarious.
up by Colbert, and Stephen Colbert did a whole thing on it about how this man is destroying America, and it was awesome. And then
Hashtag busted.
I know, and it was a great thing, and it was, of course, Colbert changed it into one man and his relationship with his cello. How Delta is discriminating against this relationship. You know, it was hilarious. So I'll try to find that.
I swear we could end on that one. Oh, I will tell you. So I'm gonna consider that your back crowd crazy, because that's good stuff right there.
Yeah.
That's really good. So I'm back crap crazy this week about so with the news online that the kid Corey, is his name Corey?
Yeah, Corey Monteith. Yeah.
Bless it. So I'm always late to the game, but I enjoy the game when I get there. I started watching Glee this week, and it's obviously super bittersweet. I told you.
Yeah.
You see me post a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Hey, I'm watching Mad Men." Like I was all that in the bag of
I
shit.
haven't gotten there yet, so you're okay.
Yeah. So hopefully they can. Hopefully my mic says my mic's muted, but I know you can hear me. But yeah, I have to say I am back crap crazy about Glee. I get it now. I totally get it.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
It is. In all honesty, the first three are good, and then it started to get a little old. But the bottom line is, it's really sad that this kid had this experience, and you know, it cuts close to home for a lot of us. So
yes, my
heroin
love.
and alcohol, not a good combo. So.
Absolutely. We all know that one too. So yeah, that's why it's a little bittersweet for me. So okay, guys. Well, I think that's it for this week. I'm Mia Voss, and here's my tagline: putting the mess in hot mess and the fun and dysfunction since 1965. Woo! And
Woo!
thank you to my guest, Lianne Bremer, who came on last minute. Little shout out for Brad Beal, by the way, who apparently broke a crown on his tooth. He was supposed to be on, but my daily woo, my auntie woo, jumped to the case. So showered for me. Look, I got dressed up for you.
I know, it's amazing. I actually have underwear on. It's a good.
I think we need to give ourselves a hand. That's it for this week, guys. We'll see you next Friday, every Friday, hopefully at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, barring any kind of computer technical difficulty glitch, for another social media power chat. Have a great week. Bye. Oh, yeah, woo! I need a woo button. I need to make one of those up. So as you guys all know, what we're doing this show live. Hopefully it's showing up for you. We would love to see your comments on the Google Hangout event. I'm going to see if I can pull that up. And then I also would love for you to do any kind of tweet chats, and you can use TMC on air, put that hashtag in front of it. And we'd love to read some of your comments, as long as you're not being a total jackass. And even then, we might read it and make fun of you. Right, Lianne?
Right. Well, and you know, according to my daughter yesterday, doing this for hashtag is like the new giving someone, it's the new this. So instead of going, you're my friend, you go, you're my friend. So there you go. There's my social media tip du jour.
I love it. And then you can do hashtag I really mean it.
Right, right. Hashtag who really cares. Yeah.
And that, by the way, is that from Julia, or is that from
Julia.
Is that from, a shout out for cousin Julia for that one. All right, guys, so basically the format of the shows, you know, from last week, is we're going to just dish on whatever's going on in social media, and that can be across the board, too. We can talk about apps. We can talk about stupid stories that showed up. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the latest edition of the Social Media Power Chat. I'm your host, Mia Voss of the Mia Connect and TMC on Air, and today we have a last-minute guest, because she is always ready to throw down, Lianne Bremer of Your Daily Woo. Welcome to the show, darling.
Thanks, Mia. Thanks for asking me to participate. You know, Fridays are always fun.
Listen, I need to put my crown on, first of all. There's that.
Oh, I better do something.
And then this is for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so as you all
I love that you posted that, and I really needed to hear that today. Okay, I'm thrilled with that. But what I wasn't expecting is that I would start a snarky General Hospital page about a stupid soap opera. And I would have women private messaging me and saying, you know what, I'm stuck at home, I'm having a hard time, and just following this page today has brightened my life. And I'm like, dude, it's General Hospital. But you know what?
That's why it works.
It made them laugh. It made them think. We're developing a little community in this page.
On social media. And Lianne, it sounds like you have something for us already to dish on about what happened this week.
Well, it's dishy in a good way. And that is, you know, we sometimes forget that social network is serving people across the world in that people are being, for lack of a better word, blessed by what other people are putting on the internet. And I happen to have two Facebook pages. One is a more metaphysical, happy thoughts, you know, you're wonderful kind of page, which is great. And I would expect people to respond to that with, oh,